the scriptures. God bless you. Grace and peace be unto you. Look, this is I'm Angry Drummer, take two. Look, the devil was so mad he started messing with the signal. Everyone, can you hear me? The devil was angry because I'm angry. And he knows what I'm about to do. I'm about to wreak some havoc. Look, the devil is a liar. Look, I'm going to start this video the way I ended the last video. I'm going to get that out now. The devil is a liar. Jesus Christ is the Lord. Anthony Fauci is a liar. Bill Gates is a liar. All the members of the Black Lives Matter are liars. And the problem is, you believers running around standing in the council of the ungodly. You're walking in the council of the ungodly. Can you believe? Look, okay. And we should be glad. Now, I'm angry. Yes, I'm angry. But my anger is a righteous indignation that's going to bring some more souls to the kingdom. You know why? Because I need the ability to go out and win some souls to Christ. Because I want to let people know how stupid the devil is. And you know what he's doing? He's being stupid in people. So you got a lot of stupid people out here. Now, let me tell you what happened. I'm not a drama-filled person. I'm not a drama king. I don't like drama queens or drama mamas. I'm not with all of that. And you probably don't see me angry much because I'm always happy. I mean, if you know me, you know that. But I'm angry. Angry at the devil. All the principalities manipulate. Some stupid people out here. So I had to take my wife to the dentist, and because she had an issue in her mouth. And we had to go to a specialist oral surgeon. Now look, we're making an appointment over the phone for the oral surgeon, and she said, now you have to wear a mask. They did the same at the dentist, and I told them we have an exception. We don't wear masks. They didn't have any problems. They said, okay, no problem. Just come on in. You're going straight to the chair anyway. We don't let people sit in the waiting room. Y'all know how it is. So I'm on the phone with the oral surgeon's office, and the assistant to the oral surgeon said, no, we don't do exceptions. What's the exception? I said, well, do I have to tell you? I mean, if you're following the rules of the health department, you telling me I don't have a privacy that I exception? Well, we're going to get all of your medical records anyway. I said, what medical records? Well, we get all of the medical records. I said, my wife don't have medical records. She's from. Well, we're going to ask this and that. And if this is. She just had a baby. She wants to make a call because I don't know your exception. We never had anybody before. And I understand up for Christ or righteousness, and people don't stand up for their rights either. So that's why you hadn't had anybody come and tell you they have exceptions. And so she said, well, let me make a call. And she called me back and she said, well, the only exception we know is if you have a medical condition that keeps you from wearing the mask, or if you have a situation where you're in a place of worship. I said, well, that place is a place of worship when we enter into it, because my God is everywhere. So we have a religious exemption. My God is omnipresent. He's everywhere, and we worship him everywhere. So everywhere we go is a place of worship when we enter. She said, well, I have to call you back. She called me back and said, well, we can't do that because the health department and the governor has made a mandate, and because we're to find someone else. I said, thank you. That's all I needed to hear. So it was no problem. I can go find another oral surgeon. There's oral surgeons everywhere. We can travel anywhere we want, and somebody is going to be able to stand up and say, you know what, I'll treat you. I'll do an emergency surgery, and can't nobody say anything to me because you don't have a mask on. As a matter of fact, I said, are you going to do oral surgery to my wife with a mask on? I mean, think about it. You don't have to wear a mask when you're having oral surgery. But people are they're so taken by the media, they don't even think. And so I went to a restaurant to get some food for my wife, right? And I'm at the restaurant. Now, Now I'm spending some money. And this is the only reason I'm having to go to these restaurants lately is because my kitchen is down. I'm having some work done to my kitchen. And so I'm at this restaurant and I walk in to get my food and the woman stopped me and said, "Do you have a mask?" I mean, she was really angry. I had just walked in. I had a smile on. I said, "No, I don't have a mask." "Well, you got to get out. You got to get out." I said, "I have an exception." "No, there's no exceptions. Get out of the door." I said, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." So I walked out of the door. She came out and said, What can I help you with?" I said, "Well, I made an order. I'm here to pick it up." She said, "What's the name on the order?" I said, "Christ." I made them put Christ as the name on the order. And so she went to get my food. I stood outdoors. And so they brought my food to me. And I pulled out my phone. I said, "Ma'am, let me show you the exception." She said, "Well, no, our mayor said that we can't make any exceptions and we can get shut down." So I pulled up the mayor in North Little Rock. I was at a restaurant called Restaurante Capio. I pulled up what the mayor said. The mayor said, "We cannot penalize anybody." This is the North Little Rock mayor. For anyone who lives in North Little Rock, y'all need to read, really. Just read. The mayor said, "We cannot penalize anybody because the governor hasn't given the cities the ability to penalize people for not wearing masks no matter what." It's it's written down. And so I showed it to the woman. You know what she did? She gave me my food and turned around and walked off. She didn't even care. So some of you may read, but you don't even care. And so what happened next? I went to the car, opened my bags, and all of my food wasn't there. So I went back to the restaurant. I opened the door, and I'm guessing they saw me walking up. The woman ran to the door and said, "Get out. You can't come in here. What are you doing?" I said, I wasn't even in the restaurant. I was at the door. I said, "I was coming to tell you all my food wasn't in the bag." "Well, let me go check." So she went to the kitchen and came back and said, "They said they gave you 2 bags. And in one bag is this and that, and one bag is this." I said, "No, ma'am. It's 2 bags, but you didn't put this and that in those bags." So she said, "Well, let me go check again." I said, "Ma'am, I'm standing outdoors and everybody in there is sitting down without a mask on." "Well, they're at a table." I said, "I can sit at a table." "No, you can't come in here." I said, "Yes, ma'am." So she went to the back. I went to the car and I pulled the food out and I brought the food back and I walked in the restaurant and she came running again. I said, "Ma'am, you take your food and give me my money back." And she said, "Sir, you have to step out of here." I said, "No, ma'am. Now I've done everything you asked me to do. I came back and told you you didn't give me all my food and it was just 2 little $7 salads. All you had to do was go give them. Even if I was stealing a $7 salad, I just spent $80 and you're going to sit here and act like you can't go get my salads for me?" I said, "You take your food and give me my money and I'm not walking out." Some guy come running out of the kitchen saying, "Get out of here. You better get out of here." I said, "Make me." I said, "You better call the police." I said, "Because I'm not leaving here until you give me my money back. I've obeyed every rule you've asked me to. I've stood outdoors even though I'm spending more money than some of these people up in your restaurant. And I'm going to stand right here in this restaurant and there's people in the kitchen with no mask on. No mask." I said, "No, I'm going to stand here. You call the police while you give me my money back because I'm not walking out. And now you're free to put me out. Now you can grab me and put me out. Well, I'm not going to touch you." I said, "Well, call the police." So they actually, can you believe they called the police? Can you believe that? They called the police. And all I wanted was my money back. They had my money. So they gave me my receipt back. When I walked out the door, the police was there. But he didn't even walk up to the door. He didn't even pull his ride up to the door. And the police, I said, "Are you the police?" I said, "I wish you would have came in while I was inside." I said, "It's too late now." So I explained to the police what happened. He said, "You don't have to explain to me." He said, "I've been standing here watching you the whole time." He said, "You've been standing out that door. You were no problem. I saw you. I know you paid for your food." He said, "Now, if that had been someone else with a lot of money, they would have said, whatever we have to do to make it right, we'll make it right." He said, "But because it was you, they treated you like that." Now, I understood. They thought I was black, but I'm not black. I'm a new creature. They don't know that, but they treated me like I was black. And I'm going to say this, and some people don't like this, but you know, I'm not black, but I can understand why these black folk act like they do sometimes, tearing down these restaurants because people don't know how to treat people. I mean, this person was the manager of the greeters or the greeter manager or whatever she was, and she had a bad attitude. Now, it's one thing for somebody to come to a fancy restaurant and you are apologetic, you are very cordial and amenable, but you're going to have an attitude when I'm spending all of this money? I don't want to spend my money with you. So that's Restaurant North Little Rock on Main Street. Also, Whole Hall Cafe on Cantrell out too, and I'm blasting them. Now, me and my daughter, I had my daughter with me, and we were parked by the kitchen, and they accidentally opened the kitchen door, and all of these workers were inside sitting down with no mask on, laughing, having a good time, but they're kicking the customers out. I said, look, if you're spending your money with these people, you better think twice about spending your money. But I tell you the truth. This is some one world government introduction stuff. That's what it is. It's an introduction to the one world government. And I told someone the other day, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to be finished. The devil's not messing with me because I rebuked him. But I'm going to say this and I'll be finished. Listen to this. You think that all of these stimulus checks and all of this money they're giving to everybody, you think that you're just going to get that money and things are just going to go back to normal? It's not happening, friends. I'm going to tell you now, the currency is going to change. First, there's going to be a great inflation. So the $3, $4, $5 anymore. It's going to go up to $10 a gallon. You want to know how I know this? My wife was and lived there for 24 years before she moved to the United States of America. So listen, I know a little something about socialism, just a little. I've been there numerous times. And I've been to India, and I've been to Africa, and I've been to Canada, and I've been to Mexico. I've been around. I'm not just talking just to talk. I've been around Europe. I've seen other forms. Money is not working like it used to. And when you are going to work and you're not getting paid too much of anything, look, friends, it's going to be some trouble. So the best thing we can do is just live by faith. You need to be finding a place to go and worship with other saints who don't have masks on, who are not afraid, and who are rebuking the. And even if you have to wear your mask, no problem. Close to some people who know God enough that can make some changes here. That's what we need. We need to be close to one another. We need to be gathered together. We need to be laying hands on one another and hugging one another. We don't need to be distancing like we are, because you know what? There's going to be some big problems that come upon the church. Listen real closely. The problems are coming upon the church. Judgment must first begin in the house of God. And if it first began at us, what shall the unrighteous do? Listen, friends, this is going to be a real battle on the inside for a lot of believers. They're not going to be able to keep up. So I'm just encouraging some of you. Look, if you hadn't been gathering with at least 2 or 3 people face to face on a regular basis, I'd start practicing. I'd start praying a little more. I'd start seeking God a little more, because it's going to be some trouble. This was just a moment that I can express a little anger. And look, remember, pushes me to go and win somebody to Christ, I'm going to get on my knees and start casting out some demons. Ow! I love the Lord. But remember, the devil is a liar. Jesus Christ is Lord. Anthony Fauci is a liar. Bill Gates is a liar. Barack Obama is a liar. Black Lives Matter is a liar. All of that stuff is all from the devil. Their daddy is the devil. Believe what I'm saying. And if you need some more talk on it, if you need, look, you need any other words that I need to tell you, just let me know. Being paid off to remain docile. Hey, love you all. Bless you. I can't wait to see you the next time. Love you.